Everybody's Got a Right to Live by Pete Seeger.
Seeger made the song to protest the hypocrisy of the U.S. government fighting for freedom in other nations, while in America, true freedom hasn't been achieved by all.
Seeger mentions the March on Washington of 1963 with the line, "Here we are in Washington," with the intent to strengthen the message that everyone deserves a fair life, as over 200,000 protesters showed up.
The allusion to the March on Washington calls into attention the mass involvement of protesters, giving a more global connection, which in turn relates back to the title, That Everybody's Got a Right to Live.
Seeger comments on the 1968 My Lai massacre in the line, "Can't you hear the women and children over in My Lai?" Mentioning the My Lai massacre furthers that America's attempts at freedom just cause suffering, much like the suffering of their own African American citizens.
The rhetorical question is used to emphasize America's hypocrisy with the civil rights movement. America claimed it was helping Vietnam, yet people suffered. The rhetorical question indicates the help African Americans received was far from help and was another American mistake.
Seeger's songs consisted of political messages that depicted gaining equality, yet never through force. His references to Martin Luther King Jr. demonstrate how Seeger viewed how equality should be achieved through peace.
The line, "We share soil, rocks, minerals," was reportedly inspired by MLK's I Have a Dream speech, specifically the line, "Every hill and mountain below." Seeger calls for equality in all regards, even the land which we live on, which connects to MLK's idea that in all tough situations, hills and mountains become a universal struggle, low, and we all face the same challenges. The call for equality in all things from both men create a sense of unity for the civil rights movement.
The song ends with the line, "Peace, justice, freedom. You can hear the whole world shout." This is a direct quote from MLK's Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech, where he states, "We fight for total peace, justice, and freedom." Stressing peace comes with justice and freedom was an idea both Seeger and MLK believed. And Seeger's use of this quote in his song reinforces to his listeners that peace is necessary, as King says.
The literary device paratext at the end of the song provides a sense of commonality to leave the listener with. This personal feeling creates a more attached feeling to the song, which Seeger hoped turns into activism and belief that everyone deserves freedoms.
Another way Seeger creates a memorable song is through an ABCB rhyme scheme, as seen in the stanza to the left. The rhyming nature creates a song that sticks in the listener's mind and most often illustrates the most important aspect of the stanza that Seeger hopes to convey.
The civil rights movement was ignored by many politicians for as long as possible, despite the huge social change it demanded. Oftentimes, the government ignored the movement or did nothing about it. The movement continued through all types of dangers to gain liberties they deserved.
The song's lines, "To see if some folks gonna listen or will they pluck their ears again," references the 1957 prayer pilgrimage for freedom, where MLK led a peaceful walk through Washington to demand voting rights at polls. They were ignored. The purpose to bring up the failed march is to remind people that the struggle has been going on for some time now, and the government continues to turn its head from freedoms it promises in its Constitution.
Pete Seeger created the song Everybody's Got a Right to Live to spread the message that everyone should be considered equal and go about life as normal humans, no matter the skin tone, ethnicity, or social status. Every human life is valued.